Hello, now we will see segment registers and the process of segmentation in 8086 processor or 8088 processor. There are total 4 segment registers, each of 16-bit, and these 4 segment registers are enlisted here: data segment register, code segment register, stack segment register, and extra segment register. Each of that register is 16-bit in size. Segment registers, they define the segment boundaries. Segment boundaries means where that segment starts and up to what location that segment extends. The starting address of segment and the last address of segment, because anyway segment is a continuous set of memory locations and the size of that segment is 64 kilobyte normal size in case of 8086 processor. It is clearly stated size of each segment is 64 kilobyte fixed. And one should not be confused that size of segment register is 16-bit, but size of every segment is 64 kilobyte fixed. Now let us start here. What happens exactly whenever segment register is loaded with certain value? Here is an example. When data segment register is loaded with 16 bits of value, that is 1200 hexadecimal. We'll see what happens here in this particular example. Once that data segment register is loaded with 1200 hexadecimal, that data segment starts at an address, physical address, that is equal to 12000 hexadecimal. As we know that in case of 8086 processor, the physical address is always 20-bit. And this is the 20 bits of address, 12,000 hexadecimal. Here that data segment begins or starts. To this beginning address, if we add the size of segment, that is 64 kilobyte, its binary equivalent, that is all 16 bits 1, means in hexadecimal FFFF hexadecimal. So if this size of that segment is added to the starting address of that corresponding segment here, then I will be getting the last address where that data segment ends. So data segment ends at an address 21FFF hexadecimal. It clearly means that once that data segment register is loaded with 1200 hexadecimal, it ultimately defines data segment boundary from 12,000 hexadecimal address, starting address, up to the last address of 21FFF hexadecimal. So it is a continuous space of 64 kilobyte, and this memory space henceforth will be referred as a data segment. Okay, so that conclusion has been written here. Hence, data segment occupies the continuous memory space of 64 kilobyte from 12,000 hexadecimal to 21FFF hexadecimal. And this is the way that segment boundaries of other segment can be defined. Okay, other segment register can be appropriately loaded with 16-bit value, and accordingly those corresponding segments and their boundaries will be properly defined. The logic is very simple. Now, let us see the segment properties in case of 8086 processor here. Now 8086 processor is inherently single user, single processing processor. And the segmentation which has been used here is the basic segmentation. It does not consider that multi-user environment. So the segment properties which are outlined here, that segments in 8086 processor can be totally disjoint segment, means totally non-overlapped. They can be partially overlapped. And the third possibility here, segments can be fully overlapped. It means that the segments of 8086 processor can be totally disjoint, partially overlapped, or even fully overlapped. Now let us see what happens in case of totally disjoint segment. Totally disjoint, it means that one segment of 64 kilobyte, at least after the last address of that corresponding segment, just immediate location also can be used for the beginning of that second subsequent segment here. It means that there is no overlapping locations between successive segments. Obviously, each of that segment is 64 kilobyte in size and 4 segments are active per task. So memory requirement per task will be 64 kilobyte multiplied by 4, that is equal to 256 kilobyte. It means that in case of totally disjoint segments here, that memory requirement per task is more. But segments are totally disjoint. There is no overlap region. That's why it provides a natural protection and it is always better. Okay, segments are protected by system itself. It is a natural protection, and as there is no overlapping region between the successive segment, it provides a better protection. But memory requirement is obviously 256 kilobyte minimum. So second point stated here, protection is provided by system and user is relieved from that particular task to provide the protection. Then the next is in case of overlapped segment. Depending on the region of overlapping here, memory requirement will be somewhat less. But through that overlap region, in case of overlapped segment, that protection gets hampered. Okay, it means that overlap region is that sensitive region through which the contents of one of the segment that can be modified, that can be corrupted by the other segment information. So protection gets hampered through that overlap region in case of overlapped segments. What happens in case of fully overlapped segment? Fully overlapped segments, all the 4 segments can be mapped in just 64 kilobytes of memory space here. It means that one task requires only 64 kilobytes of memory. That is enough in case of fully overlapped segments in 8086 microprocessor. Now here, user has to take the due care of protection because segments are fully overlapped, so they are more susceptible for the corruption of their corresponding informations. Okay, and care must be taken by the programmer in case of fully overlapped segments. Now, applicable to the process of segmentation, there are 3 terminologies which are applicable. One is called as a logical address, then the offset, which we have referred even earlier also, and the physical address. We'll see one by one these concepts. First of all, logical address. Logical address, it is always in 2 components. One, is the 16-bit contents of segment register, which identifies which type of segment is in access. And the second component here is 16-bit offset within that particular segment. It means that logical address will be having two components, each of 16-bit. 16-bit segment identifier and 16-bit corresponding offset. Now one thing is to be remembered here, that logical address, the terminology of address is misleading. It is not specifying any type of address as such, but it defines two components. And these two components are ultimately used to define the address. That's why it is called as a logical address. Now next is known as a offset. 16 bits of offset. Okay, this terminology we have earlier used. It is the address within the particular segment. Now as the size of each of that segment is 64 kilobyte, that is equal to 2 raised to 16 byte. That's why the size of offset address is 16 bit. Even this part already I have explained in my earlier lecture as well. Size of segment is 64 kilobyte. Using a binary logic of addressing, 64 kilobyte is 2 to the power 16 bytes. That's why address within that particular segment will be 16-bit only. So whenever we are thinking of only 64 kilobytes of localized portion, memory portion, in that case 64 kilobyte, the starting address of that 64 kilobyte will be having address of 0000 hexadecimal, and the last address within that segment will be FFFF hexadecimal here. It means that offset will be always defined by using 16-bit. It is the address within that localized portion within a particular segment. So it is clearly stated at the start of the segment offset is 0, while at the end of the segment offset is equivalent to 64 kilobyte size, which is equal to FFFF hexadecimal. That's why the offset ranges in case of 8086 processor from 0000 hexadecimal, this is the beginning offset address at the start of that corresponding segment, up to FFFF hexadecimal, which is nothing but the last offset address, the last location offset address within that segment. Now next will be physical address. It is the 20 bits of address generated by BIU using logical address components. As we know that even in the pipeline operation of 8086 processor, at the beginning, upon startup, the contents of code segment register and its corresponding offset in IP, instruction pointer register, these two 16-bit logical address components are used to generate 20 bits of memory address. And this 20 bits of memory address is nothing but the physical address. Physical address while accessing or while fetching the instructions. Now similarly, physical addresses will be used for reference of generalized data, even accessing of stack information, even accessing some extra data from extra segment as well. It means for each type of accesses, memory accesses, there are some well-defined logical address components. We will see that part later on in this discussion itself. But let us see here how this 20 bits of address is generated. It is very simple. 20 bits of physical address is nothing but the addition of two components here. First of all, we have to define the starting address, also known as a base address of that corresponding segment. So physical address is nothing but segment base address, which is 20 bit, plus the offset of 16-bit added to it. Now what does it mean? And from where I can get that segment base address? That segment base address, we get it from 16-bit contents of segment register. Okay, as I already stated, segment register defines segment boundaries. It means that the contents of that segment register, 16-bit value, if LSB 4 bits appended, binary bits appended, 0, 0, 0, 0. So I will be getting that corresponding segment base address. Okay, it means that whatever segment register contents are there 16-bit, append 4 binary zeros on the right side, extreme right. Or if that segment register contents are written in 4 hexadecimal digits, then append one hexadecimal 0 on the extreme right and make it 20-bit. And this segment base address to this address, offset of 16-bit will be added, and ultimately it will generate that 20 bits of physical address. Now let us see here, what are the various logical address components for various types of memory accesses. Now here is a table. If memory access is for instruction fetch, we know that upon startup, microprocessor uses code segment register and the offset within IP will be taken. So CS is segment register which is used for fetching of instruction, and IP will define its corresponding offset. And these two components, logical address components, will be used for calculation of 20 bits of physical address, and this address will be used for fetching of instructions. Next will be stack top address. During push and pop, that stack top address is required. Segment register will be stack segment and the offset will be given by stack pointer. These two are used for generation of 20 bits of physical address, and this address is nothing but stack top address. Stack base address, segment register will be SS register, stack segment only, but the offset is now base pointer. So whenever any data, generalized data, which we want to access from that stack segment, in that case, using base addressing mode, that stack segment and base pointer will be used for calculation of 20 bits of physical address. Source string in string manipulation. Data segment is the segment register and source index will define its corresponding offset. Similarly, in case of destination string, extra segment is the segment register and destination index DI is that corresponding offset. So while processing of string instruction here, source string and destination string, that data segment and extra segments will be referred along with source index and destination index as the offsets respectively. Then BX has a data pointer, while manipulation of data from the data table stored in a data segment. In that case, data segment is the segment register and BX will define its corresponding offset of individual data element from that data table. Then any generalized data which is to be referred from data segment. In that case, data segment is the segment register and 16-bit direct offset one can define. But thing is to be remembered, whenever general data to be referred in this way, that 16-bit direct offset is to be defined inside square bracket. Okay, this is allowed as per the direct addressing mode, which we are going to see after the instruction set. So these are the various logical address components for various types of memory accesses which are possible in case of 8086 processor. Now towards the end we will see the advantages of segmentation. First and obvious advantage, no interference between code data and stack information in case of totally disjoint segment. Totally disjoint segment provides a natural protection. System will be protecting that particular information. User is completely relieved from that particular job. Then second advantage here, because of segmentation, it is possible to access 1 megabyte of memory using two 16-bit registers. 16-bit register that involves one segment register and its corresponding offset. Without segmentation, 20 bits of register would have been required because 1 megabyte is equal to 2 raised to 20 bytes. It means that in 8086 processor, accessing of 1 megabyte of memory is possible by using 16-bit registers. And this is made possible because of the process of segmentation, because of the process of calculation of physical address, which we have seen earlier. Then the third advantage here, possible to relocate the program because of segmentation. Relocate. It means that the entire segment which has been present at one set of memory location as it is, I want to copy it to some another set of memory locations. And this is possible just by reloading the contents of code segment register with some other value, proper value. Suppose my program is at certain address and I want to move that entire program to say 50,000 hexadecimal address within that memory space. What is required here? Within this program, I have to just change that contents of CS register and that is equal to 5000 hexadecimal. So within this program, once I load that CS register is equal to 5000 hexadecimal, subsequently my program will be relocated from 50,000 hexadecimal onwards. Why? Because CS register, once it is loaded with new value, code segment will begin to 20 bits of address just by appending one hexadecimal 0 on the extreme right of that corresponding code segment register. So 5000 written there. So program will be relocated, code will be relocated from 50,000 hexadecimal onwards. Then the fourth advantage here, one code segment program can process multiple data segment, one after another. Now this is possible just by reloading data segment register within that particular code segment with proper value. It means that there is a single code segment but multiple data segments which are present within memory, and we can process those data segments one by one just by changing the DS register contents, data segment register contents within that corresponding code. If the DS is equal to 1000, DS register equal to 1000, program will be manipulating data segment which begins at 10,000 hexadecimal. If the DS register is changed to 2000, then my program will be manipulating data segment which is from 20,000 hexadecimal onwards. If the DS register is changed to say 7,000 hexadecimal, subsequently my program will manipulate another data segment which is starting from 70,000 hexadecimal onwards. That is what stated here. One code segment can process multiple data segment. But simultaneously it is not allowed because processor is not a multiprocessor. Okay, it does not perform multitasking. Obviously, processing will be done one by one. Processing of multiple data segments will be done one after another. Then the last advantage which has been stated here, that one data segment can be shared amongst multiple core segments here. One data segment can be shared amongst multiple core segments. Normally this is required whenever we are referring some standard mathematical tables. We know that mathematical function, mathematical table contents are required to multiple core segments. But at a time only one core segment will be referring it. Once that table is referred by that core segment, thereafter second core segment, as and when it becomes active, it can refer that same data segment, same mathematical table. So sharing of data is possible because of segmentation here. So these are all the advantages of segmentation. But let me conclude here that segmentation is a basic segmentation which is available in 8086 processor here. Okay, the advanced concept of segmentation will be applicable from 80386 microprocessor onwards.